Pussy, not blurry. Good. A good comedy.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I've seen one of those.
My favorite surprise? Channing Tatum is a pink luchador mask wearing ass gimp.
Spoiler.
Loved it. Yes, because we keep things non-spoiling. No, yeah.
Well, you usually don't hit record
You know
and then
what?
go.
I don't care.
Hit record. Mandarin's an actor.
You know what? I was very pleased and cracked up. That was probably my favorite surprise. Like, it was really funny, but that got me.
Oh, it's nice to know that you're surprised. Now no one watching the video will be. By Channing Tatum's luscious, luscious ass.
Yeah, and he was, leg humping as well. He's like, get the fuck off my leg. I'll stick my dick in the hole.
Don't worry about it. I kind of spoiled aspects of the ending to Star Trek in one of my snob videos. That's alright.
But this is the reviews. They know we spoil stuff,
Yeah.
so...
What if there's gonna be the one guy who's like, alright, I just want to watch the first 5 seconds to determine whether or not they like the movie, and then I'll go see
But see, now that I gave that information, he's gonna be like, well, shit, I gotta go. Channing Tatum's a luchador wearing ass
now I'm
gimp.
not gonna go. The best part's been spoiled.
That's not the best part. I said that was the best surprise.
Any scene in this movie involving Danny McBride was the best part, because that guy's a fucking genius. I love Danny McBride. I'm one of the few people who liked Your Highness.
I liked Your Highness.
Not even
There
the
was
actors.
as much cock in this almost as in Your Highness.
I think Your Highness had more.
Well, no, I said almost.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of cock.
And not even the cast of Your Highness seems to like Your Highness, but I stick by that movie, god damn it. That movie made me laugh. And I fucking love Danny McBride. He fucking cracks my shit up.
Yeah, I like all the in-jokes when Jonah Hill gets Rosemary's Baby raped by the devil and gets possessed, and it goes into The Exorcist.
This isn't a dream. This is really happening.
And Jay's like, the power of Christ compels you with a spatula. He's like, really? The power of Christ compels me? Is this real? And so him and Seth Rogen are arguing, and he's like, because you sold out, that's why I don't like you. He's like, you did sold out, everybody says so. So there's a lot of, like, in stuff of them making fun of themselves.
Yeah, it's a movie, like, if you don't know the plot, it's they all play themselves. They're having a house party over at James Franco's place, and then the rapture happens, and it's about the end of the world and them kind of surviving the end of the world. But it's a comedy. It's a comedy that has a very heavy plot, but it's about a group of guys who are, they're playing themselves and they're having a good time. They're not taking themselves seriously. They're taking shots at each other. The actors, not the characters in the.
They're exaggerated versions of themselves, so they're taking themselves lightly, and they're obviously not.
Yeah.
Now, the whole Michael Cera thing, you actually didn't mind him in this movie. I thought he was great.
No, I mean, a lot of actors in this movie show some range that they don't in some of their other movies. And
blows coke. And,
Michael Cera
McLovin's face. He's like, hey,
and he's playing himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, like wow, the biggest change I've ever seen Michael Cera do is he's quote unquote playing himself. That was really funny. But yeah, that's the movie. I mean, it's a group of guys. They're all actors, and they seem behind the camera. They seem like they're friends, and they're like, let's make this goofy fucking movie. We'll take some shots at each other, not take ourselves very seriously. And you can tell they're having a blast making this movie. And it is a funny flick. And I mean, it's certainly a statement to a. It's certainly a statement to a good comedy that made me laugh at Michael Cera.
Well, there's a lot of bromance going on around everywhere. There's a lot of dick, a lot of like cum and pee stuff. And,
well, yeah, I mean it's.
No,
it's a hard R.
Yeah, no, I mean it's good. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just drugs and sex and.
Yeah, and they make fun of themselves, like a lot of different criticisms some of the actors have had, like the paparazzi at the beginning asking Seth Rogen if he's ever going to play another part.
Yeah, and then everybody says he's sold out.
Yeah, and I like most of the guys from this. I like Seth Rogen. I like Jonah Hill. I like James Franco a lot and Craig Robinson. I mean, whether you like the movie is gonna depend on whether you like these guys.
Well, and Jonah Hill was probably the most outside of what I think Jonah Hill actually is personality-wise. He was very effeminate and then very kind of overly zen Yeah, overly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying he's not a nice guy, but like very overbearing and zenful. That I don't think that's actually Jonah Hill. So of all the actors playing exaggerated versions of themselves, I would take that he's the most out there.
I would put Danny McBride at number 1.
Okay,
in
yeah.
that.
I'm sorry. I meant originally when they all were there. Okay, my bad. Danny McBride is not a cannibal. I apologize. I don't think he is. You don't know. He could like be like that.
But yeah, I mean, like the stuff about like them when Danny McBride says like, oh, Michael Cera's dead, oh, so it's not a total loss, and them making fun of their own movies, making fun of some of their
Oh, they
own...
swede their own movies.
Yeah,
Well, they
there's,
swede like sequels
Yeah, they...
to Pineapple Express.
Yeah, they put that online as like an April Fool's Day joke, like a trailer for Pineapple Express 2.
I did not know that.
That was really, really funny. I mean, so even though they certainly are making fun of themselves a lot in the movie, it's still very much these actors' brand of humor. It's definitely a Seth Rogen movie. It's you can tell that he wrote it, and it's, you know, it's... So with that being said, like, even though they are taking shots at themselves in the movie, you do still have to very much be a fan of their work to like this movie, because it is kind of the same style of humor. The tone is similar to their other movies, and I like a lot of their other movies. I like these guys, so I'm certainly the audience for this movie. If you're not, you're probably not going to like it very much. You might like a lot of stuff like with the party with them all, like you said, like Michael Cera's what's his coke smell like?
Yeah, and to McLovin's face, he's like, I've never done coke, I'll walk you through it, man. I'll walk you through. We'll go through it together. And then he tries to kiss him, and it's just he was the out there guy.
Getting his asshole licked by a party girl. That was
and he
fun.
slaps Rihanna, or he grabs Rihanna's butt, and then she slaps him, and that was actually kind of in there because I did a little research thing, and I guess he was trying to fake grab it, and they said it looked too fake, and he's like, can I just really grab your ass? She's like, only if I can hit you, and I guess they had to do a few takes, and so she let him have it. Since it's at James Franco's house, you know, he does a lot of art, and he was big on you go to Subway, man? You don't like art? Well, that guy makes you a sandwich. He's an artist. And all of the paintings you see in, you know, the set house, he's actually done, apparently.
Yeah, there was a Freaks and Geeks one. That was good.
My favorite was the Seth Rogen, James Franco, and it was just their name with, like, you know, kind of splatters, and it was very bromancy.
I could have watched a whole movie with them just at that party at
sans
the
the
beginning
apocalypse.
of it. Yeah. I mean, the apocalypse stuff is funny, but the stuff before then was really funny. And then the carnage that happens once the rapture begins, people getting their faces...
95% of the cast.
Yeah, all falling in a fiery pit. You have Jason Segel's there. Paul Rudd shows up with a big thing of champagne. There was Chris Mintz-Plasse. There was quite a few.
Office,
Yeah. Mindy
Kaling.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool seeing a lot of them show up, and like it's Jason Segel showing up.
Falling, I was trying to pick out who was dying in what way, and it was hard.
Jason Segel making jokes about working on a sitcom. Like, my TV wife comes in and says, yeah, who ate the birthday cake? And I come in like, cake on my lips, not me.
It was my birthday.
That was good. I like that. When like the funniest parts of the movie are certainly within the first 40 or so minutes of it. At least that's when I thought it was like the most consistently funny. I like the movie. I like the movie a lot. The ending
goes kind of back to that original feel.
The ending certainly does.
And oh my God, they love Backstreet Boys for some reason.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second.
Okay, sorry.
When it's them holed up in the boarded up house and stuff like that, it's still funny. It's just some of it works, some of it doesn't. Some of it goes on a little longer than it necessarily needs to. I mean, any scene with Danny McBride is gold. There were some little things, like some parts where you could tell were clearly, that seemed to be ad-libbed, that go on a while, like Jonah Hill playing with that gun. went on a little long.
Yeah.
And stuff like kicking the severed head around went on a little long. But I mean, you know, when you have a group of guys who most of their movies consist of a lot of improving, you'll have scenes like that. But I mean, it's still funny throughout it. But
And the movie's not super long. It's not like it's a
like-
2-hour movie of stuff going on forever and a half. So.
yeah, I mean, it's like $1.40. You know, I mean, there's some scenes kind of repeat themselves a little bit. Like I think it was several times when they're sitting there debating whether or not it's the Rapture, and Jay Baruchel trying to convince them that it's the Rapture. But I mean, that's just little things. It's still funny. There's still a lot of funny parts in it, but the first 40 or so minutes are definitely the most consistently funny. And then when they finally do leave the house, then it gets pretty consistently funny again. Whereas like kind of in the middle, some stuff works really well, a couple things don't, but nothing like terribly bad or
It goes
anything.
up and down between like kind of.
But it's never bad.
Yeah, I mean, it just the tone, but not in a bad way, goes up and down between like survival and people kind of losing it, and then just hilarity. But it's not like, you know, roller coaster pie in the face or anything like that. I like the confessional thing that they set up. That was kind of a fun interlude into what they were going through. In Franco's library, they set up a camera and it turns into like a
Hermione
reality.
stole her shit.
Yeah.
I like that
Emma
too.
Watson,
I was
isn't it?
at first when they started doing that, I was a little worried. Like, okay, is this probably going to go on like 5 minutes longer than it needs to? But it doesn't. It's actually pretty quick. Like every actor's in there, and they kind of say just like a sentence or two, and it goes
Comes
by
back
quick.
later.
There's a longer one with like James Franco and Danny McBride is there listening to him, and that was funny. I mean, Danny
He just
McBride
peers in when
is
he's
just
talking about him, like.
is just fucking amazing in this fucking movie. They kick him out. They fucking kick him out of the house at one point after he tries shooting them with a prop gun. He's just gonna straight up fucking murder them.
He's like, you were gonna send me out with blanks. He's like, don't turn this around. You tried to shoot all of us.
Yeah. So then he turns up again later on as like
Leader of
Jesus
the cannibals.
Christ. Yeah, walk away from the fucking gasoline.
With Luchador Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny enough that he had like a fucking gimp on a chain with
Yes!
him. But then it turns out to be, yeah, Channing Tatum. That was
I love this
good
man.
fucking God. And there's like fucking bones and shit on this, nailed onto this RV. He's got a skull hat. Danny McBride does.
Like an actual skull for a hat, not like a skull hat.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was just making it clear.
But so yeah, that stuff's really funny. I probably could have done without the Backstreet Boys thing. That was kind of random.
I don't know if they're doing that ironically or if they actually love the Backstreet Boys.
They might. I don't know. I mean, it oddly enough, it does bookended the movie,
Yeah.
but because there's a montage at the beginning where it's playing the Backstreet Boys, and then at the end of the movie where they end up in heaven, where some of them end up in heaven.
Jay wishes for something, and it's like a Backstreet Boys concert, so you've got all the Backstreet Boys, and then everybody in heaven, which is a very large group of people, start doing the dance.
I knew there was going to be a cameo in there somewhere, because I was like, okay, they're in heaven. Are they going to see God or something?
I thought they were going to ask for Franco back.
I kind of thought that too.
I was like,
I
Dick,
thought
you
they were
asked
gonna.
for the
Yes, for the
Backstreet
Backstreet
Boys
Boys.
for
You could have asked for your friends back.
Yeah.
But I was expecting like, is it going to show God and it's going to be like Woody Harrelson or something? Like I knew there was going to be a cameo, and then when it's like a dance party with the Backstreet Boys, I was like, oh. That's
Alright.
that's the direction you're going in. All right. I mean, it was cute, but I mean, like,
It was
It's
the whole
not
part
really
when they get to
good.
heaven is cute. I
oh
actually,
yeah, that was good. Yeah.
For a few moments when Jay pauses and is like, I can wish for anything, I thought he was gonna do something like, I wish the rapture never happened and they're all back on Earth, and then they all like fucking pile on him and get pissed because they were in heaven or something.
Oh.
Like that's kind of where I thought it was going when he's like anything. I'm like, oh god, you're gonna vote that it never happened, and he's gonna be pissed at you because they were in heaven.
I mean, I'll give him this. I wasn't expecting to end with a giant dance scene with the Backstreet Boys, but when would I ever fucking expect that in a movie? I'll give it that. I mean, I wasn't expecting
Vanilla
that.
Ice
But
would have been better.
yeah, I mean, I'm tapped out on the Vanilla Ice cameos. Like Ninja Turtles 2 was good, but when you get into like the new guy, then it's like, alright, fucking new guy. I think he also popped up in That's My Boy. I don't know. I didn't see That's My Boy.
I didn't either.
Yeah, that wasn't us. Thank God.
I pity the poor souls.
Oh man, but yeah,
No,
I
it was
would.
great.
I'd recommend it. I liked it a lot. Dear God, it's one of the better comedies I've seen in a while. It's fuckload better than Hangover 3. Like if I'd only laughed once in this movie, it would have been better than Hangover 3. Like I actually had to think about it that weekend. Like what was actually worse, Hangover 3 or Epic? And I was more mad at Epic, but that's because it was 10 in the fucking morning when I saw it, so I was easily more annoyed by the fucking slugs. I wouldn't have liked that fucking movie regardless of when I saw it, but I was more mad at that, and plus the audience in Hangover 3 was so fucking
What are you talking about
obnoxious.
slugs? This is...
Oh, there's some annoying
I'll
ass
watch the
fucking
video.
slugs. Just fucking watch the trailer. The slugs are in
Oh,
there.
the slugs are the thing. I thought...
There's some really fucking annoying slugs in fucking Epic. But I broke it down. I was like, okay, I actually did laugh like twice in Epic, which is twice more than in Hangover 3. And I think it's kind of sad that Hangover 3 had a bigger audience than this movie did.
This movie was great, and I was trying to think of the last comedy that I was great, and Ted comes to mind, but I know there's been something that I've seen since then, and I can't think of it.
Didn't you like The Watch? Did you like The Watch?
I liked The Watch, but Ted was after The Watch, and I didn't love The Watch like this and Ted. I'm just trying to think of the last...
This is far fucking better than The Watch. I
is!
couldn't stand The Watch.
I liked it. I'm not saying I loved it. I'm not saying I own it or would watch it a million times. I would watch this over again. I would watch Ted over and over again.
There's got to be a comedy I've seen since.
Well, that's what I'm
since
trying to
Ted.
rack my brain. I'm trying to think of something
I
that
did
we've
like
seen
Ted.
movie nights.
I can't remember. I know. Well,
Can you
John,
do like a time lapse?
John Dies at the End was kind of a comedy. I liked that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't classify that as a comedy though. It
Dark
was more
comedy.
well,
it's
dark
not
comedy.
Horror comedy. I mean, like.
We can discuss that later because I can't think of where. We do like the elapsed time where it just like fades and we still talk about thinking of that. But no, yeah, 2 thumbs up. Unless you don't
I
like
think
any
that's
of these actors.
trademarked.
2 fingers up.
2 fingers up. That could mean you're giving it a negative review depending on the finger.
Shocker up.
If that were the
Honey,
case,
shocker.
I give The Hangover 2 fingers up.
I can't do shocker. I can do the Spock. I can't do the shocker. Shocker up? Is that how you do the shocker? I can't remember.
You're not gonna pull out the Sufi, motherfucker? Fuck, I can't even remember. I don't even know what that.
I don't know.
Wait, it's
Which
that, isn't it? I feel like
I
such
don't
an
know.
idiot doing that.
Now it looks like you got amputated.
That's the Dane Cook sign.
Oh, is that what I just did? The shocker?
No. The shocker's like, isn't the shocker like 1 in the pink, 2 in the stink, or
Oh, well, I
vice
meant
versa?
the actual sign. I think that was the same for the Dane Cook.
No, I thought the Dane Cook thing was like you.
We were so
Or was
off-base.
it? Or was is that the Dane? Is that the Dane Cook thing?
Yeah, that's shocker.
That's the Dane Cook thing. All right.
But that's shocker because it's 1 in the pink for all you kids at
Oh,
home.
this is what-
1 in the pink, 2 in the stink, and a thumb to guide your mind. I don't fucking know.
This is what what the gang members in The Substitute did. I remember that because the teacher
I
did
didn't
it.
see The
The teacher
Substitute.
did it back to them, and then they went and chased after her because she showed him mad disrespect. You know, it was what's his fucking name? Who was married to Jennifer Lopez? The other
Ben
singer.
Affleck?
No, not him. No, they didn't get married. The guy she was recently with, he's also a singer. What's his fucking name?
I
Mark
don't
Anthony.
follow-
Or
oh,
Mark
Mark
Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah.
I don't.
He was the gang leader in fucking The Substitute. He broke Tom Berenger's girlfriend's knee, so Tom Berenger is mercenary and has like guns and shit. So he goes in as a substitute teacher and like breaks down this drug ring that's run by Ernie Hudson. It's awesome.
I like how half this video is gonna be us on the video and then thinking about other comedies and talking.
It's hard to honestly well, not that it's hard, but typically the shortest video like this you can do when if you're consistently talking about the movie is a good comedy.
Yeah.
It's easy to go for 50 some minutes like Brian and I did on Hangover Part 3. When you're talking about a good comedy, you know, you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, it was really funny, but then it can easily tread it. Then there was this part, then there was this
Yeah.
part, then there was this part. I mean, so when it's a really good comedy, even though you kind of figure that most people watching this might have already seen the movie, it's hard to want to spoil shit about some of the funny parts, even though we did that a lot.
We spoil stuff in every review, though. Of
Yeah.
these. Like you.
It's weird, like yeah.
If it's your first
And
time
something-
watching one of these reviews, I'm sorry, but we do it every time.
in a good comedy, it just treads into like just reenacting funny moments in the movie. But so yeah, I'd recommend it. If you like these guys, then yeah. If you don't, you're probably not going to like it very much. But if you don't like it, you're probably not going to fucking go to it anyway. I mean, why the hell would you?
Are there any actors that were in it that you were like, meh?
No, I
didn't
thought
like
everyone was really good. Everyone's really good. Everyone's having a good time. You know, they just want to make a really, really funny movie, and they did. They're not sleepwalking through it. Obviously, this was a pet project for them. It's a bunch of friends who got together, and they made a movie. And, you know, that doesn't always mean it's good, but in this particular case, it was.
It was actually based off of a short. It said at the end credits, and I didn't catch who did it. And it was either a short story or just
It said
a short
short
video.
film.
Short film, okay. And the name kind of blazed by. It was one of the first things it
It's
said, but it was
called,
Jay and Seth.
versus the apocalypse.
yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
So that's kind of neat that they did something real quick and we're like, let's do this. Let's make this a big thing. So, but yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
No, the only criticisms I had, I already said, and it's kind of minor. Just, you know,
Not enough dick.
What?
Not enough dick for you.
Not nearly enough dick. Danny McBride did everything in this,
The
but
giant devil
but hang
dick,
a
like the blue
dick
guy
around his
on
neck.
what's his The Watchmen. When the guy
Oh.
gets like huge, I forget his name. It's been so long since I've seen that with the blue dick. The devil, the burning devil. You see the reveal at the end has like giant devil dick, and then
Yeah.
it gets chopped off by the celestial light,
Knew
and
that thing
he's
was gonna get
clutching
cut
it.
off. Yeah, that was good. But yeah, so I'd recommend it.
We've probably spoiled way too much than we should have.
Whatever. Again, I mean, yeah, you know, you're right. Most people who have watched this series of reviews probably figure we're gonna spoil a lot of shit
Like,
about
this
it.
was my first viewing, and you guys ruined it. I went home and punched a baby.
This was the first one. Make Mr. Popper's Penguins one your first one. That one's probably my favorite.
Anything with Jake, essentially.
When Jake doesn't like a movie.
Right, yeah. I can't even think of any where he was like, yeah, it's really good.
No, he liked Brave. He liked, he was in the Spider-Man video. He liked that. I think he was in the X-Men video. No, wait. No. Yes, he was there. He was there when we saw X-Men.
Oh, see, I haven't been in the same
the
car
Croods.
any of those times.
He liked the Croods. He liked the Croods a lot. Yeah, I think the time I can think of where you were with Jake in a video was when we all went to go see Pirates 4. Jeez Christ.
Well, I just mean, like, also, because we'll double up the screening, so, like, even something that he was there for that day of whenever I've been those. But,
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we'll be back in a little bit to talk about trailers.
Dave left his hat in my car. I'm wearing it, so I remember to give it back to him.
Smells like hipster.
It does. They called Jay a hipster. That was kind of fun, playing on the hipster.
Oh,
Now we
Jay
go back to
Baruchel.
talking about... Yeah.
Yeah. We got, well, of course, Anchorman 2.
I want to see that so bad.
I can't wait till we get trailers that actually show bits from the movie.
I don't even care.
I mean,
just-
the teaser trailer with the four of them coming out and talking. I mean, it's funny, but they've done a couple of those already. The first one, I think. Fuck, I think the first time I saw one was in front of the Watch.
I still squeed.
But I mean, yeah, it's funny. I've just seen it a few times.
Oh, see, I don't haven't been to that many, so that was the first time I saw that one.
You were at the Watch. Oh, but that particular one.
trailer.
There was The Watch. I don't even know how much we'll have to
There
say
was
about it.
Lethal
Or
Weapon
not The
5
Watch.
with Denzel Washington and Channing Tatum.
That's Jamie Foxx.
Oh, the Denzel Washington was the other one then.
Denzel Washington's Two Guns. We didn't get the trailer for Two Guns here. We got the Jamie Foxx one.
Oh, it was Jamie Foxx.
Racist.
No, I just love me some Denzel.
Ricochet is an awesome movie. There was, we didn't get Two Guns, but we got, White House Down.
We got a White House Down.
I
was like, Roland Emmerich loves destroying the White House.
How in the hell is that a selling point for a movie that says from the guy who brought you 2012? I was at 2012. That movie sucked.
Well, and he also, Independence Day, and then, did he do Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah, he did Day
and
After
it said that too.
Tomorrow. It should say from the director of Universal Soldier, and then I will go see it. From the director of Universal.
You didn't like Independence Day?
No, I liked Independence Day, but Universal Soldier needs more love than Independence Day does. Universal Soldier is my favorite movie of his. That'd be great if it's fucking that movie, and it's from the director of Universal Soldier, The Patriot, and Anonymous, and Godzilla.
Gojira.
I thought Godzilla was a better movie than 2012.
I liked Godzilla.
I don't hate that movie. I know a lot of people do. I think the worst part about it is the fact it's called Godzilla.
Exactly.
If you take that title off of it, it's a movie about a monster fucking attacking New York City. Okay.
That's kind of with Clash of the Titans because they do so many interpretations of Greek mythology. If they would have done whatever story they wanted to change that into, not done the shots of the old one with Booble, everybody loved Booble, and just called it something else versus a remake of Clash of the Titans, it would have worked because it would have just been another interpretation of that story.
Yeah, and Godzilla would have been like, okay, it's a movie about a lizard storming
Just,
through New York
call it
City.
anything
I can
else.
get behind that. Yeah, that's the worst part about that movie is just that it's called Godzilla. I don't hate that movie. It's not great, but it's not a poorly made movie. The action sequences really aren't that bad. When there's the helicopter chasing through the rain and going through the buildings and
area
whatnot.
between the toes.
Yeah. I can think of way more good things about that movie than I can 2012.
Well, that's gonna be my issue with World War Z. Is I read the book, I love it. They could have called this movie anything
They
else
probably
besides
should
World
have.
War Z. Well, I'm just saying they could have, and
Yeah.
they didn't. And yeah, so.
I think Max Brooks is none too pleased about that
And
fucking
I mean,
movie.
I'm not even a huge, oh my god, they strayed from the books. I will be like, okay, they fucked this up or whatever.
Yeah.
This movie has not the feel whatsoever of the book at all.
But God forbid anything in Twilight gets changed.
Yeah, right?
I keep getting trailers for fucking World War Z
Do people complain about
everywhere.
that?
Complain about what?
The Twilight thing? Well, you said God forbid anything in Twilight gets changed?
I'm just saying I find it funny that Twilight's based on a shitty series of books, and they're relatively faithful adaptations to those books, whereas this book, World War Z,
Okay, sorry.
is much better, and it's got a movie that's nothing like the book.
Well, and it's such... Well, I won't say anything. I don't know if you're sending me to that one or not, but...
It'll be I don't know. I don't know. I think Dave wants in on that so he can vent. I keep getting trailers for World War Z all the time because Mireille Eros from The Killing is Brad Pitt's wife in it, and the new season of The Killing just started, so every commercial break it's
World War Z.
it's a trailer for World War Z. That's
I don't even know what else we got
We
other
got
than the TV show things.
No, we got Delivery Man with Vince Vaughn, where he's fathered 600 or 500.
Oh,
kids.
yeah, some crazy-ass number. Oh, we got Kick-Ass 2.
Oh, yeah, I've gotten that a number of times.
I haven't seen it. It's new to me.
It looks good, right?
It does. I really want to see it. If I don't end up going to that one, I'm going to see it anyway.
What'd you think of the trailer for Delivery Man?
Well, oddly enough, we just did a story on What the Fuck about some dude that fathered 20 different kids in a short, with a few mothers. So I was like, how strangely poignant. They don't really say that much about it other than like he gets.
It's a teaser.
Well, it is. I think they're going maybe the way of suing him for child support because he's talking to a lawyer. They say something about mental illness, and the lawyer's kind of jabbing him at that. And
Yeah.
I don't know. All I have to say is that there's going to be a lot of brother-sister children out there if you've got that many kids in a small area. Remember, like Romeo and Juliet.
I like Vince Vaughn. I do. I wish he would take on different sort of roles now, like he used to, because he used to be.
Did you like Starsky and Hutch?
I did. My point is, I think he's a funny guy. I do, but I mean, boy, has he reached his comfort zone on the kinds of movies he does now, because they're all. I mean, some might be good and some might be bad, but they're typically the same kind of character he's playing, whereas he used to be a lot more versatile. You'd have a comedy with Vince Vaughn, then you'd also have him playing a fucking serial killer. You know, you'd also have him, he's a burnt-out cop in The Cell, and I miss that Vince Vaughn. And comedic Vince Vaughn, I just think I wish he would take
He's better than that. He can do
I wish he
more.
would take a little bit of a break from it for a while, but I did like how the trailer for this, not that I laughed that much in it really, but I did like how it's
His reaction.
it's clearly a comedy, but he wasn't doing a lot of that fast talky
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn, The Internship type thing that we saw all over the trailer for The Internship. So I mean, I like that. Not saying that that's not what he's going to be like in the movie, but from what they showed, he was dialing it back a little bit in the clips that it showed.
The clip mainly was also him getting the news that there was like some weird mix-up at the sperm bank. I'm like, how much fucking sperm did you deposit that you've got like 200 or 500 kids? And so I don't know, because even in the breakup, which was a drama, he did that still.
That was a comedy.
The breakup?
Yeah, I mean, it was.
You're a sick, twisted little fuck if you
That's
thought
a
that was a comedy. That was not funny.
You took that. I mean, it had some downer parts in it, but overall, that movie's a comedy.
It's sad. And you're evil.
No, I mean, I didn't think the breakup was that bad, but it's definitely a comedy. Really, the whole like singing yes around the dinner table and the different
Just because
tricks.
there's some hot
different
parts in it doesn't mean it's. I don't
Look,
wanna
just
have
because
this discussion.
Ghostbusters had some funny parts in it doesn't mean it's not a horror film.
I don't want to sit here and talk about my feelings on the breakup.
Well, I like the movie, all right. I only saw it the one time, but I mean, it got kind of dark-ish towards the end, but that doesn't.
It
mean
was sad, therefore I don't look at it and be like, this is a good time movie.
a comedy can have moments in it that are sad.
Well, I didn't think it was that funny. I thought it was more sad than funny.
No, I thought it was more funny, really.
You probably thought Punch Drunk Love was hilarious.
No,
And Man
that
on
was
the
a
Moon,
drama.
That was hilarious.
No, Punch Drunk Love was a drama.
Just saying, I don't know what's in that head of yours and what you think what is what.
Punch Drunk Love, that movie's a drama. It has a couple funny parts in it, but I like Punch Drunk Love
I'm
a
just
lot.
jabbing at you via comparison of how you feel, but anyway.
No, I like Punch Drunk Love. I'm not an Adam Sandler fan, but I like that movie.
I like Happy Gilmore. I'm really mad as fuck.
These movies blow ass. They
His
sucked
older
in the
movies
90s.
are
They
good.
suck
I like The
now.
Wedding Singer. I like
I like the
50 First
soundtrack of The
Dates.
Wedding Singer. 50 First Dates is... God, it's a fucking disturbing ass ending. Jesus Christ.
But it's a comedy.
No, it's a comedy. I'm not disagreeing with you that it's a comedy. I'm just saying the ending is a little fucking disturbing. Can you
I was
imagine?
afraid they were going to run into Orca, the killer whale. It's craziness.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. No, they would have run into a much better movie.
love
When
that
like,
movie.
what the hell was that fucking pregnancy like with her character? That fucking ending opens up a lot of fucking questions, and all of them lead to a horror film.
It's in the deleted scenes.
Sure.
In this theater. Right here.
Yeah. God, good fucking God. More fucking disturbing movie than Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door.
Oh, nuh-uh.
Well, no, not really. That movie fucked me up bad.
It takes a lot to fuck you up in a movie.
Jack Ketchum's The Girl
Oh my
Next Door
God.
did. Holy shit, I should not have fucking watched that movie right before bed. This was when the movie first came out on video. I was working in a video store and rented it, took it home for the night. Fuck me, I couldn't sleep
Hiding
that
under your
night.
covers.
No, I wasn't hiding, I was just fucking disturbed. Fuck, God, that movie fucked my shit up.
Now everybody who hasn't seen it is gonna like go and check it out and be like, this fucked Brad up.
I do recommend the movie. I thought it was one of the best horror movies I saw that fucking decade. Jesus Christ.
Just make sure you don't mix it up with the other movie called The Girl Next Door that's like
Oh, the Elisha
the
Cuthbert
Playboy
one?
chick or whatever.
Well, yeah, Emil Hirsch ends up dating a porn star, and Timothy Olyphant totally makes that movie worth watching, by the way. Timothy Olyphant rocks the shit in that flick. And it's got a really good soundtrack, too. A bunch of 70s and 80s in that movie. Good stuff.
I need to find a hot tub that's a time machine and some Chernobyl and just go back to the 80s and
Chernobyl.
stay there.
They're making a sequel to that. But it's sans Cusack.
Oh.
Yeah, somehow they couldn't. For some reason, they couldn't get John Cusack back. But it could still be good with Rob Corddry's.
Hopefully.
Rob Corddry's hilarious.
Here's the thing on that though. It's like, especially the way it ended and everything they did. Hopefully, it doesn't turn into like the Hangover sequels type thing where it's like the same thing and they're just like, oh, let's do this again. Like it's hard when you have. Because it's a very complete movie. And when you have something like that, and that's the same way I feel about Dr. Horrible and them doing, you know, a sequel or whether it's going to be a prequel, it's like everything was packed up in a neat little package and you're going to go back into that and it's just...
Well, one of the mistakes that the Hangover sequels did were getting writers that didn't write the first one. That's one of their mistakes.
One of their many mistakes.
Alright, well that's all I
Yes.
got really. The other trailers was stuff we've seen before. I'll be back in a couple of days with Man of Steel. That's
I
gonna,
see that.
it's gonna be late. It's gonna be like when we did Star Trek Into Darkness, and it was like 4 in the morning when we did the video.
Yeah, I'll have to catch that hopefully in the theater at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love me some Superman.
Well, I've got that Superman porno at home.
Yeah, no, seeing your thing on that. Wait, no, you didn't.
I haven't
Yeah,
done
you.
that yet.
Oh no, that was
You're looking
Superman
in-
the musical. That was Superman the musical. My bad. Yeah, no, I'm good.
I think I'd rather watch the porno than the musical. Oh my god. I didn't know
The
that the
only
strongest man
time
can
Superman
cry.
should be fucking if I'm dressed up as Superman at a convention and gets me some action. That's when I want to see Superman fucking. Just saying. That's no. That's the truth. Superman and Sailor Moon and Batman, unless it's me with Christian Bale, should not be fucking. Christian Bale, I love you.
No love for some Adam West? Come on.
I love me some Adam West.
He was
but
Lookwell.
True, but
All
all
right.
the Batman just
Well,
bang me like a Salvation Army drum. Just all of you. Don't care.
I'm not fucking Batman.